Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, and pay heed all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the Utah Utes taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Kansas Jayhawks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Jayhawks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Utah Utes offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot.
An early test for this defense on 3rd and inches. To the air, it's Rose. Finds his big tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
They're bringing heat. He finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Utes are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch. It's Ryan. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. They're going to throw it again. Got it set up on the outside. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. He wants to throw. Got a man. It's King. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback, after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They're going to run just about their entire opening script on the first drive of the game. 12th play coming up on third down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Utes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The Jayhawks offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Daniels. They're trying to get to it. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Lofts one high and deep. Snatches it on the run. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
And man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
And he intercepts it, bringing it back. Touchdown, Jayhawks. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Running it back, it's Stewart. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. The lone back's got it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Now on second down. The play action fake. Avoids pressure. He's moving out of the pocket. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Escapes trouble. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They go to the ground. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Jayhawks are rolling down the field. Right back to the well. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Give to the running back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. And the Jayhawks are threatening on first and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And how about that? That's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. They gave up a lot of yards to get down here, bowing their necks up. It's most important when you get in this area. Second and goal now, they get the big stop.
Encroachment, defense.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Zings it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Lets it fly. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Chalk.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Rose. He uncorks one deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Pulls it in. It's Stanley. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his protection.
His man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The aerial assault continues. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
And how about that linebacker? Seeing the ball get thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then be able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain. That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
Snares it outside. It's Stanley. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds a tight end. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. And the Utes will have it 1st and 10. It's complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. To the air, it's Rose. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Utah!
Football oftentimes gets won by the teams who play the best on the critical down and distances. What an amazing play by that quarterback on third down. Able to put his team on his back, use his legs to extend and buy time, and then go score. Awesome job.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Marshall was anything but dominant, but the Thundering Herd are going to leave this stadium today winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the LCOM. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Reynolds. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A 3rd and long coming up here. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. A high kick trying to pin them deep. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make...
Going deep. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The Utes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Kansas gets the ball back, and the... ready to go to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Second down coming up. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Utes getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got a man, it's Lyons. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Back to pass, it's Rose. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Got some room headed to the goal line. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utes!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This has been a spectacular offensive showcase so far, David.
This has been unbelievable. The fireworks has been amazing. This is modern offense now. Palmer, when you look at college football, there's a lot of scoring, and defenses haven't had a lot of answers.
No, and this game's been a track meet, man. So if you're on offense...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. And after the interception return, he gets it down to the 32-yard line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get...
Utah.
Line gets set, first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Trying to find his man on first down. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pocket starts to collapse. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
That is no good. And here in the second quarter, we remain all knotted up. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere there today in Lawrence. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate.
The Utes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Looking to pass. It's Daniels. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down. And the Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll call for the fair catch here. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. He knew that he was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the 1st down, get it out of my hand, get the 1st down.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Scrambling away. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another day.
They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play balls at the 25.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good. And they've regained the lead. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Hand off from the shotgun. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fights off a defender. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Quick handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The give to the tailback. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. A 3rd down try for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. It is good. And after the 3-spot, guys, we're all tied up.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy can catch it or nobody can catch it.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the 3rd. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Looking for room. It's Stanley. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Back to throw. It's Rose. They've got the screen set up. At midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
He's going out of bounds at the 40. First down for the offense.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th, all tied up. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide out in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Back to the air one more time. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the youth send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't, and they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually see big plays on. The receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
Smashes through the tackle. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. And this offense is so close, they can almost taste taking a fourth quarter lead. But they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for an answer. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to power it in. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Touchdown, Utah! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Washington notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Husky Stadium is worth its weight in gold. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. First down here for the offense. Power football with the run. On the move at the 30. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll give it to him again. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Defense is about firing off. hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Makes the grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. The Utes will line up to punt it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing into second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
Got it in the middle. It's Reynolds. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Makes his connection. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets it out quickly. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Going for the big play. He caught it. Touchdown, Kansas. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback checking the play. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Rose. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Utes will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. The offense really couldn't ask for much more than this, Jesse.
You're right. With this much time on the clock, David, the playbook's wide open. You don't have to just be throwing it every down. You can sprinkle in some runs, too.
And you find out what your quarterback's about. Big-time, prime-time moments. You got the ball, tie game. You want to go win, make some plays for the big dog.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Soft spot in the middle. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left.
That player is so lucky he did not put that football on the ground. What a tackle by that defender. Phenomenal individual effort getting that tackle for loss.
Handoff to the single running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. The holder will mark his spot at the 34. A 44-yard attempt, almost certainly for the game. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch.